When we look at Kenya's outlook right now, economic outlook, Kenya is at high risk of debt distress. Fitch has recently downgraded Kenya. So when you're talking to investors, I mean, what is your take on Kenya's debt position, especially as we've seen a number of African nations this week talk about that and specifically address that?
Thank you very much. The issue of what we must do about our fiscal consolidation is something that is so clear in my mind. When I came into office, my first act as president was to get rid of all the subsidies that were distorting different sectors of our markets and actually impoverishing the government. So we did get rid of, we had to make difficult political decisions to get rid of some of the subsidies that did not work, whether it was food subsidies, whether it was fuel subsidies. That's number one. I have worked on a program to consolidate our fiscal position. We are chopping off $3 billion out of our budget to make sure that government is not stepping on the shoes of the private sector, is not crowding out the private sector. That is a firm decision we have made. Many people did not believe that that was doable. They have come to confirm that we are serious about what we are doing, about managing our debt situation, and it is consolidated around enhancing our tax revenues. And I can tell you proudly again that we have set new targets for our revenue collection. We have brought into place digitization. We are actually moving all our government services. We have, at the moment, we have about 300 government services online. We're going to move 5,000 government services to the digital space. That will give us the visibility. We can be able to know what government revenues are going where and where are the leakage and how we can seal the loopholes. I am very confident that our debt situation is going to change significantly because we have begun to make the right decisions. We are projecting that we should be able to improve our revenue from 2 trillion Kenya shillings to 3 trillion Kenya shillings in the next 1.5 years, and to 5 trillion Kenya shillings in the next 5 years. That is a commitment my team and I have made to my team, and we are walking that journey. It is something that was in my horizon, and I have taken full charge of it.
You mentioned a few companies, Your Excellency, that you had met with. I know you also met with Delta, speaking about what to do about Kenya Airways. When you talk about this partnership, you said a win-win partnership. What would that look like with Kenya Airways and Delta? And would you be open to selling a majority stake in Kenya Airways to potentially see the airline take off?
I am willing to sell the whole airline. if it makes business sense, because I am not in the business of running an airline that just has a Kenyan flag. That's not my business. I am looking for partnerships that will make Kenya Airways a profitable entity, whatever that means, in whatever configuration, whatever form it takes. We are very clear about the potential of Kenya Airways. We believe that Kenya Airways has a good opportunity to present to any investor They have some of the best routes anywhere in the continent. They have developed a market. We have the largest exports out of Nairobi of flowers, of horticulture, and related stuff. So anybody looking at Kenya Airways is looking at an entity that brings value. And therefore, our discussions with Delta at a preliminary stage is a win-win conversation. We will bring huge value to whatever relationship with Delta or with any other airline. As they bring their value from the US, I think we bring value and the footprint in the African continent. So again, even on that, we are looking at win-win.